Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. The last time we took a look at my Jinbao Bruticus here, I only had the exoskeleton and his head sculpt complete. So the feet, and his arms, they looked out of proportion because I didn't have his slippers or his new hands and forearm extensions done. But in this video, all of the components to my upgrade kit for my Jinbao Bruticus to make him more in line with a masterpiece Bruticus, same height, stature, sort of aesthetics, they're all complete. So we've got forearm extensions on either side, the new hands. The new hands have a wrist swivel back and forth, as well as rotation, and we have better articulation on the thumbs as well. For the chopper over here, this forearm has a tendency to pop apart, so not only do we have an extra piece here that snaps in place, I have a little clip here that snaps in place as well to keep that together. We have hip skirts that go in and out, front and back. He has a waist rotation. He has thigh swivel. All of the exoskeleton is ratcheted. He is flimsy right now because I only had some pretty flimsy springs. They weren't very thick, the wire, so they don't have a lot of compression, not enough for his size, but that's just a matter of switching out the springs for a better spring to get better compression, and then you'd have a stronger ratchet. For his slippers, everything just snaps together and they hold on to the original feet very well, and you still have a pivot on the toe. This trim piece here on the toe, they print separate, so you can paint each slipper the color to match the two leg guys, Swindle and Brawl, I believe, and then you can paint your trim piece here to match, the cartoon aesthetic. I think it was a dark gray, and you paint, the appropriate colors for these guys. Same with the forearm extension, you paint them the appropriate colors. This piece here attaches to the exoskeleton, just two pegs, and everything here prints in separate components, and you put it all together, either double-sided tape or glue it. That way you can paint the wheels, paint the trim in the wings, paint the centerpiece, and then put it all together. Once I have the files up on CG Trader available for sale, I'm going to do a how-to video, how to transform the main torso to get the exoskeleton in place. Everything else is pretty much the same. There's extra connectors for these new knee joints in the back. But other than that, everything's pretty much the same. Just a different transformation for the body. I'm going to grab my Jinbao Devastator with the new upgrade kit on it that the Jinbao released that's originally Like Toys for a size comparison. Again, he is kind of floppy because I don't have strong enough springs. However, given the new base on his feet, it does allow him to stand there. I'll go over the articulation in the hands in a second as well. So, don't mind me being in the way here for a moment. Just bringing the guy down off a shelf. Set him right there. And he's even with this new kit, he's still a little flimsy. We can get him standing straight. So that gives you an idea of, let me bring this in here, size comparison. Now in the final version of this kit, I have taken the exoskeleton, the torso section, and reduced it a little bit in size, just 5 millimeters or so, to bring them more in line height-wise, because right now he is about half a head taller than Devastator, even with the Like Toys kit on him. And what we'll do here is we'll come in closer. You get an idea of his hands and the details on his hands and his slippers. And again, the toes do have a little bit of up and down pivot. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how he turned out. Again, with the slippers and the hands in place, proportions look a lot better than they did in my previous video. But like I mentioned then, I didn't have those things designed or printed yet. So But here he is. I think he looks 100 times better, at least in my opinion, than previous, how he looked before, and now I've got the two of them matching size-wise and aesthetics. I find the aesthetics look a lot better as well. He kind of looks a little like Zeta, only with thicker upper thighs and bigger feet. So let me get Devastator back out of the way, and I'm going to go over his hands and whatnot. Oh yay, back up on your shelf you go. There we go. Okay, so we'll come in here a little bit. Now his hands have in and out rotation around. He's a double ball joint at the thumb, so the thumb can come out to here, can go in, and there's two more points of articulation on the thumb. Each finger has 3 points of articulation, and at the thumb is a ball joint. So they can be splayed out a little bit, as well as come all the way in, like that. He has a ratcheted waist. Again, my springs aren't that strong. This is just a slip overhead. This one's a little bit loose, but it will be tighter. He has thigh rotation. $90 degrees at the knee. And again, he has, these I just have them sitting in there for now. He has some up and down pivot on the toe. And his original anchor rockers. So they're still there. They're still functional. And all his original articulation is still there. So, again, I just have these sitting in place because I still have to paint everything. So let's take a closer look. His eyes are also printed separately, so you can paint them separately and then insert them. There's a spot for a logo right there on his chest. He also, I forgot to mention, he also has ab crunch. He has up to 90-degree ab crunch as well with this exoskeleton. So, see his slippers. All the details in his hands. Hip skirt. Let me show you guys his ab crunch. So, take him. There's 2 clips back here that clip into place that keep him from just crouching over, so it's going to take a little bit of effort, but just like that. Again, his chest piece fell off on me, but it's only 2 pegs right now holding it on. I'd recommend, some strong springs in his legs to keep him from falling over, because he's still a top heavy figure with all that backpack. These just clip into place here. That's a fault of the figure. It has weak shoulder rackets. Head up, put that gun back down. Okay. So that is a demonstration of the upgrade kit that I've designed for the Jinbao Bruticus. Brings him in line size-wise with their Devastator with the Like Toys 2.0 upgrade kit. It gives him more of a masterpiece aesthetic, gives him a better base for his feet, and it allows the opportunity for when you print this, you assemble it, to put the varying degree of compression springs in his joints for his waist, his hips, his forward and back hips and whatnot, and his knees. So, thanks for watching, guys. And next time I post about him, it'll be a how-to video for all of his components. And a link in that video will be available for the files on CG Trader. I estimate that in a couple of weeks or so.